Not anymore.
Yeah, rub it in.
I'm sorry.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I'm your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today are the Hey Camel.
Good evening.
And Dax Orion.
The ultimate professional.
Who apologizes at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah. So you heard nothing.
Hey, Hammer. Hey, Rotten. How's it going? So, how are you guys doing today?
I woke up recently, actually.
Yeah, it could be better, it could be worse. Nobody asked you how you're doing, Johnny. How are you? How have you been?
I kind of just interject myself whenever you guys are done, so it's fine. I know I'm doing all right. Had Muay Thai today. Showed up late because work sucks. And I got partnered with a newbie who doesn't know how to pull it back. And whenever you're supposed to work on technique first and then power second. Like that. He wants to make sure that you get the moves down and then you can put the power behind it. And he's got it backwards. Like he's got all the power behind it and none of the technique.
How much technique do you have?
I am overly technical.
How much power you got?
Not much. All my skills are in defense.
This is why I can't train martial arts, because if somebody did that, like a newbie, like the first one, okay, but I'd let him. I was like, you got one free one, you just spent it. The next one, yeah. Well, let's just say one of us is getting kicked out of class.
There will be blood.
There was a guy who actually came into class when I was gone, and he tried to he started just dogging on everyone, and then a coach put him through what's called the gauntlet, which
every martial arts place has the gauntlet. It doesn't matter what martial art it is.
Well, yeah, and he starts off with the rookies and has them do sparring for.
So he's good and gassed by the time the guys who know what the fuck they're doing actually get around to it. Yep.
Well, coach likes to, because he'll put the newbies in for 2 minutes. He'll put the mediums in for 3, and then he puts himself in for 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he lit this boy up.
Speaking of gauntlets, I have not been online much recently. I've kind of just stepped away for a few weeks.
Hey, Mr. Yes.
But I did scroll a little Twitter earlier before Dax woke up, and I saw that apparently Mr. Potato Head Andrew Tate was doing some kind of gauntlet of his own with his fan club, I guess.
What?
Yeah, I saw a video of him, like, he's in a cage, he had boxing gloves on, and I guess doing like kickboxing shit with I guess people who paid him money for his bullshit or whatever. And Johnny, if I can find this video, you got to see it, dude. I was like, okay, first of all the dudes paying this guy money, obviously retarded, but also is like, you're paying to get your ass kicked by this guy. and he's not doing all that great. First of all, like his punches look like shit, you know. But these guys are just folding. I'm like, what do you do all day?
It's probably like the bullshito.
No.
Bullshito.
These guys are just fucking chumps.
Well, no, you just get people who don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And then that way, by comparison, you look like a badass.
It's like I'm not much of a fighter or anything like that. I have, next to no training, but it's like I feel like it's like at the very least he wouldn't be throwing like these 5% fucking jabs with me.
Then put them with Hassan Piker. They can themselves to a nap.
Well, yeah, I mean these guys, they weren't moving their head off the fucking line. They had no footwork, just flat-footed, standing right in front of him. And like I said, he hit one dude in the stomach with a fucking jab and just go, ugh! Like, really? Really? Pussy.
Now, there's a guy who... there's a couple of taller guys. One, I've kind of nicknamed him Captain America because he is in the military. And whenever
Is he an officer or enlisted?
I don't know.
Is he an actual captain?
No.
You might want to figure that out before you start, throwing that kind of shit around, dude.
Well, I don't call him Captain America. In my head, I have him labeled as Captain America. Because, like, when that guy walks into the room, my arm hurts. Because he's the one...
From saluting or masturbating?
He's the one I told you when he was kicking, when I was holding the pads. It was almost like he was... like he almost kicked... He might as well just been kicking my arms.
Well, yeah, like, your arms are holding the pads.
Yeah, and if the pads weren't there, my arms would probably be broken. But he might as well have just been kicking my arms because the pads felt like they were doing nothing.
Yeah, like my upper body strength is not terribly great, but I kick like a mule. So
yeah, my upper body strength is abysmal, and yeah, I have tree trunks for legs. So
well, yeah, like your legs are carrying the rest of your fucking meat suit around all the time, so they're gonna be stronger.
it was really funny because one of the guys that I was we were doing combos, and the only two punches that I really are any good with are my jab and my hook. My hook's all right, but when it lands, goddamn does it land. But my fight stance is orthodox, so I'm left foot forward.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was doing the guy I was partnered with is at the time he was getting ready for doing the fights around town.
Hey Johnny, just so you know, you sound fine to us, but the audience writing saying your volume kind of went down for the stream. So,
well, my audio's actually been kind of wonky because my app that I've been paying attention to is opening and closing on me. So let's see here. We are.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
It does it on its own. I don't need to.
Well, this is why I'm a casino Indian, not a call center one. That's the extent of my technical advice.
Thank you. Come again.
Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like...
And yeah, Rod, and I know most people haven't taken a punch, and it does show. I, on the other hand, got my ass whooped on the daily as a kid by a guy that was 6.5 feet tall and about 260 pounds. So I can take more than one.
So how about that? I'll go to 200%. Double the volume. Hooray.
Double the fun.
God damn it.
Okay, we're way louder. You're still kind of...
Because that is that sound.
It wouldn't be a Johnny stream without technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Someone's got to cover for Della. So...
How is he, by the way? Have you talked to him recently? Like I said, I've been offline, so
I talked to him a bit ago. He's doing all right.
that's good.
We were playing. Well, we didn't play this week, but we were playing Phasmo last week.
And how's that game going? Is updates and everything making it better, or
They completely changed the layout for one of the farmhouses. It's probably like 1,000 times different than when you played it last. I know Dax has complained the last time he played it.
Wait, I did?
Yes.
What'd I complain about?
How you weren't used to the controls anymore?
Oh, yeah. That is true.
yeah, right. And I need to start working more on my upper body stuff. Although I did have some blood work done recently, and
Did you
I'm not
have an energy drink beforehand?
I did not.
Okay.
Which, that may have had some effect on the old A1C because it's in normal range now. I only had like two things that were elevated. One is something associated with the liver, and I forget what the other one was.
Fatty liver?
No, glucose. My glucose was slightly elevated. But according to those results, like testosterone's a little bit above, a little above average. Like the low end, they say is like 250, and the high end's like in the 820s, and I'm like in the mid fives. So. So maybe if I start slamming some creatine and hitting the wellness center, get them gains.
Jack in a Box.
I've never had Jack in the Box, and last time I had Burger King, it tasted like the burgers tasted sweet.
You were complaining about that, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Jack in the Box.
Camel the next John Redcorn.
Now, Camel has standards.
Yeah, I try to avoid married women.
There's a hole in my heart.
I mean, I live in a state where horse thieving is still a hanging offense. Imagine what they'll do. You steal their women.
I want to see somebody actually steal a horse and be punished correctly then.
In public.
In public, yes.
I mean, yeah, it's unanimous. Like, I mean, I kind of want to go back to the Code of Hammurabi.
Yeah, thieving bastards need some punishment that they actually can, really feel and never get rid of. Like a big old scarlet letter, but functional.
Either bring that back or, start doing like they do in Singapore, just start, caning people. In public.
Yeah.
I don't remember what video I was watching or who I was watching. They were talking about the kid that got lashed in Singapore. And there was some people at the time who were reporting that, he's just a young boy, he didn't do nothing wrong.
He was stealing street signs and vandalizing cars.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a lot wrong. There was no, there was no misunderstandings as to what that fucker was doing.
Mr. Yes, I know I've told you this before, but you do realize that it's not like a conglomerate, right?
You weren't one peoples united under a banner?
No. No.
Oh my god. It's almost like that made it easier for conquest.
It's like asking, how do Americans, it's like, well, New York has different laws than Oklahoma, and Oklahoma has different laws than, California. And
there's some really weird laws you don't even know. Like some places have it where you can't eat ice cream on a Sunday.
Well,
like somewhere somebody fucked up bad enough that you couldn't eat a Sunday on a Sunday.
Yeah, there are all kinds of stupid laws that are still in the books. And that's something I think, like, if you're actually going to run for office, I don't want to hear about, like, what you're going to do for the economy or for this or that. I want to hear about what you're going to do to, like, get rid of all the dumb shit that's on the books right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we don't enforce it. Yeah, then get rid of it.
And at any time, they can just re-invoke it. That's the problem. It's like, oh, well, you know what? I am going to actually charge you with that today because I can.
This one, you can't sell pet fur in Delaware.
It's weird.
Who's selling pet fur?
You would be surprised.
I mean, I've been on the internet a long time. I don't think I would, but I would still ask why.
Actually, there was a lady I saw on Animal Planet like a long time ago. She would actually make Afghans out of her cat's shed.
Okay, I don't even have to ask why. I know. That woman has way too much fucking time on her hands. She needs to get a job.
Let's see here. No donkeys in the Arizonian bathtubs.
Okay.
Let's see here. In Arkansas, it's illegal for a pinball machine to give away more than 25 free games in one sitting.
You know, a law is generally written to deal with the lowest common denominator of society. And I have to ask, what the lowest common denominator in Arkansas did when a pinball machine gave away more than 25 free games in one sitting?
Yeah, that's the part people don't realize. Like, what caused this to become law in the first place? Nobody just sat around one day thinking, hey, pinball's dangerous.
Why did the legislature of the state of Arkansas feel it necessary to give somebody the power to put another person in a cage or flat out fucking shoot them because they got too many free games of pinball.
Your pinball wizard. Magic, that's what it was. Black magic. They had to get rid of it. That song was a warning.
That song was a travesty of sound.
Ooh, that's mean.
Yeah, well, Pete Townsend can suck both my nuts. That song sucks.
Let's see. In Alabama. Okay. I'm gonna do like a kind of a Mad Libs on this one here. It's illegal to wear one of these in church that causes laughter.
Clown nose.
Camel.
Merkin.
Damn, that was a good one. I should use that.
A fake mustache.
Oh, so that counts. Give him the you gave him the point for that. It's a mustache for parts.
I mean, if you're wearing a Merkin as a fake mustache, then yeah, I'd say that should be illegal.
What's a Merkin?
Merkin is
it's a pubic wig.
It's a pubic wig. Yeah, it's a pubic fake mustache. So I'm saying you need to give him the point.
Okay.
Good job, Camel.
Mr. Yes says it's illegal to hunt a whale in Oklahoma.
That's not what
because you got to be fucking high to try and hunt a sea mammal in a landlocked state. It has nothing to do with the actual act and everything to do with what you're chemically, induced.
They weren't referring to the sea mammal. They were talking about land mammals who happen to be human. If you get my drift.
Oh, then there's a lot of guilty motherfuckers in this state.
Okay. In Louisiana, you cannot send a surprise one of these.
Singing telegram.
Strippergram.
Ooh.
Pizza.
I can't surprise somebody with pizza?
Nope.
Even if I paid for it?
Yep.
I bet you it's because somebody was sending them without paying for it, and that became a thing.
Well, I mean, nowadays...
It's Louisiana. I'm willing to bet you that enough drunks ordered pizza and then forgot about it and refused to pay. They got sloshed, and then 45 minutes later, there's a knock at the door. They answer, I didn't fucking order this. I ain't paying for it. Like I said, lowest common denominator.
Let's find something that's good.
Philadelphia's unique regulation. A Philadelphia law prohibits putting pretzels in bags. I got to find out. Why?
Have you had Rolls Golds? They belong in the trash. Not just any bag.
Sliders are better.
Okay. In Alaska, you can't push this out of an airplane.
You can't do what?
You can't push this out of an airplane.
Goats.
Caribou.
Moose.
Oh, that counts. Goddamn, just give him the fucking point.
Yeah, that's close enough. Let's see here.
I keep inspiring his right answers. Maybe I should let him answer first.
It's illegal to mispronounce this state's name.
Arkansas.
Massachusetts.
Ooh.
It's Arkansas.
Yes! I had to get that one right. I don't know why, but if I failed that
So how are they pronouncing it? Because that's phonetically how it's spelled.
It's Arkansas.
The correct pronunciation is Arkansas. Not Arkansas.
Okay. There is Kansas to my north, and to my east, there is Kansas with an AR in front of it. That's Arkansas.
That sounds like a very threatening state.
That's a well-armed Kansas.
Yeah. Exactly the kind of neighbor you want. What? It's the AR Kansas.
I'm sorry, I'm not giving the French the benefit. It's Arkansas.
Well, you're going to commit a crime if you go there and say it.
Oklahoma invaded Texas at one point in time. You think we don't go to Arkansas and call it Arkansas? We do. They don't do shit.
I demand there be a nutting up or shutting up. I want some video. Somebody go down to Arkansas and try that shit. I'll give you $10.
If Magog ever has a meetup, I'll fucking go.
Let's see here. Women are not allowed to drive while wearing one of these.
Burqa. That's not my real answer. My real answer is a sun hat.
A wedding ring.
Ooh.
It's the husband's duty to drive that bitch around.
Ooh. I like that.
Hey, Terry. It is a house coat.
A house coat.
So a bathrobe.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's, huh.
I mean, wait, where was this again?
California. So a muumuu.
Yeah.
Hey, get dressed for Jesus, bitch.
Let's see here. It's illegal to keep one of these on your porch.
Monkey.
Garden gnome.
It's a couch.
Where?
On your porch.
Yeah, I don't think we have to wear.
No. The state.
Oh, Colorado.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a couch on somebody's porch. Colorado. Oh, it's too good. They have some really dumb rules.
Yeah, no, it's... let's see here. Pickles must do this to be considered safe for human consumption.
Pickles must do this. Leak brine?
I'm sorry. There's nothing that a pickle can do, in my opinion, that would make it safe for human consumption. They're disgusting.
Love pickles.
So, ferment?
You just hating.
Bounce.
Wait, the pickle has to bounce for it to be considered safe for human consumption, or it shouldn't bounce?
It has to bounce.
I'm going to start chucking the pickles that I get around just to find out.
It must dance.
It's too stupid.
What state was this again?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Let's see here. Whispering in church is illegal.
I mean, it's definitely in poor taste.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You're there to worship.
Yeah. Which state do you think that is?
Somewhere in the Bible Belt.
I want to say Mississippi.
I'm going to go with Missouri.
Delaware.
See, now I just feel like Wayne's World. Like,
Delaware.
I'm in Delaware.
Those poor bastards.
Yeah.
Welcome to Delaware. Let's see here. Unmarried women who do this on Sundays can be fined or jailed.
Put on makeup.
Is the cat doing okay, Johnny?
She has her toy and she wants the world to know.
Well, tell her we've been duly informed.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, that cat won't make a peep otherwise. During the day, not a peep out of her. She's hyper vigilant. She will run away at the slight motion you make towards her. The moment she grabs her toy, she's like, I must let the people know. Anyway, unmarried women who do this on Sundays can be fined or jailed.
What state?
I mean...
No. What state is it? You keep leaving that out here lately.
Well, I mean, like you wouldn't be able to know. Florida.
Unmarried women can't do this on Sundays in Florida. I'm going to guess it's some redneck shit, so noodling.
I still say putting on makeup.
Parachute.
Parachuting. Why?
So married broads can go skydiving on Sunday, but unmarried ones can't.
Yep.
I want to know the origins of this.
Let's see. In Florida, there's a curious old law that unmarried women who parachute on Sundays can be fined or jailed. This peculiar rule may have been created to uphold traditional values and social norms. There's nothing normal about skydiving.
Yeah, there's nothing normal or traditional about jumping out of a perfectly good aircraft, no matter your marital status or sex.
Regarding appropriate activities for women on Sundays. It also reflects a time when...
So Monday through Saturday, jump out of a fucking plane all you want, ladies.
But this is God's day.
Did you jump out of a plane today? Make God mad.
A time when certain leisure activities were considered unsuitable for a day of rest. Of course, to our Floridian friends, I don't know any. We are aware that an unmarried woman parachuting on Sunday is pretty far down on the list of crazy things that happen in any given day. It is Florida.
They got some fucked up morals.
Carrying this in your back pocket is illegal. And this would be Georgia.
Ice cream cone. That's a real guess, by the way.
Carrying this in Georgia in your back pocket is illegal. I mean, one would assume wallet, but that's too easy.
Probably why it'll be right.
I'm going to say pistol. I imagine they don't want you Mexican carrying in your back pocket.
It is ice cream cone.
No fucking
Are you
way!
fucking kidding me?
No way!
Nope, it is true.
Fucking right! What?
And Dax is taking a victory lap.
All right, I need the case law on this one. I mean, I'm not doubting either of you for a second. And good shout on that one, Dax. But I need to know the backstory.
Let's see here. In Georgia, carrying an ice cream cone in your back pocket is illegal. This quirky law has its roots in the state's effort to prevent theft. Back in the day, people would attempt to...
Bro, who's stealing an ice cream cone out of somebody's back fucking pocket?
Back in the day, people would attempt to lure horses away by placing an ice cream cone in their back pocket. It was a convenient place to stash the treat. The law was introduced to curb this sneaky treat, protecting horses from being stolen.
Oh my god. I've never been happier to be
You
completely right
can't
about
just
something that
charge
doesn't
them
matter.
with horse theft like a normal person.
If you're found stealing a horse for any means possible, that's horse theft. Why is that ice cream cone special? So if I had an ice cream sandwich or like a Klondike bar or something, I couldn't keep it in my back pocket.
You steal a horse, it's
Dax?
a misdemeanor. You do it with an ice cream
What would
cone,
you
it's
do for a
felony.
Klondike bar? Would you walk through Georgia?
Man,
with it
I
in
would
your
steal a
back
horse for a
pocket?
Klondike bar. Let's go. Holy shit.
Yeah,
My cheeks hurt. Ugh.
Dax has never been happier to be randomly right about something.
Seriously, I don't think I've ever like something so joyous and something so stupid.
I mean, I feel like the ones that I got right were just common fucking sense. Like, I mean, well, Dax, he lobbied for the Merkin one. Like,
You deserve it. The Merkin one counts.
the Moose one, that just seemed like quintessentially fucking Alaska.
Yeah, to be fair, that's why I thought goats would be like the oddball out in that, like some form of four-legged animal. But I should have gone with moose. I forgot. Fucking ice cream, though. Holy shit!
All right, so what's this article that your wife gave you? Because you're just
Oh, yeah, it
making me
doesn't go
hate the
anywhere
government
from here.
even more, and I didn't think that was possible.
There's nowhere to go but down.
All right, let's see if I can find it.
I am Adam. I absolutely am. I'm having a
I
great
already
time.
knew we were being led by retards. I just don't need you to remind me on a case-by-case basis.
Matter of fact, I'm going to enjoy some more. Thank you.
You know,
Despite
I
all
wonder
that,
how many
God bless
reps
you,
I could
so-
get 225 at.
Just try it. I don't think I could do it. Not comfortably. Yeah, maybe I could.
Okay. So since we are here, I'll get this prepped for the screen here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, while you're getting all that stuff set up, I was sitting there, like I said, wondering because Rotten brought up he's going to see if he can still do a decline bench press at 225. I'm actually like weight wise, I've dropped like 20 pounds. I'm down to about 215.
So I don't know if I actually sent this this article to Jack and Monkey, mainly just Jack. But what is the one thing that we keep telling people?
Get off my lawn.
Don't touch the buffalo.
Don't
touch a
the
buffalo.
buffalo.
At this point, we've been saying it for nearly a fucking decade, and people still don't listen.
As long as we've been streaming, we've been saying it.
Like I said, nearly a decade at this point.
See, man gored by bison in years first attacked by Yellowstone. By Yellowstone's most dangerous wild animal.
And reminding the audience, they reintroduced wolves to Yellowstone. Just saying, guys.
Let's see here.
Leave the shaggy cows alone. They will fuck you up.
They are not your friends, and they're not even really food.
They're good though.
They are tasty. They're so much effort for the taste.
Oh yeah.
Just give me Bessie. Sorry, Bessie. You're cute and shit, but you're delicious.
It's a Yellowstone National Park visitor from Florida. Your guess here. Was gored by a bison. The first such violent encounter in 2025, just weeks into the busy summer season. Park officials repeated a frequent warning: don't get too close to wildlife. The 47-year-old man did just that, but escaped only with minor injuries, according to park statement Wednesday. Park officials declined to say more about the visitor from Cape Coral, Florida, other than he is from Cape Coral, Florida. Or give
You know that
details-
there's somebody that watched ABC News and heard Cape Coral, Florida, and is like, I know that dumbass.
Everyone in Cape Coral is like, fucking Jake.
Damn it, Todd. Why are you making us look bad?
Let's see. Or give details about Sunday's attack, saying it only took place in Lake Village, an area of cabins, lodge, and campsites off the shore of Yellowstone Lake. Bison can be aggressive when people don't give them enough space, as if there isn't enough scientific evidence to prove otherwise.
We had when animals attack in the fucking 90s. Why people don't remember this shit 30 years later, I don't understand. It didn't negatively impact the ecosystem, Adam. But yeah, we've been saying this for over 8 years now. Johnny and I have been streaming together on and off since 2017. And
Since the Sky King incident.
I mean, that wasn't the impetus for us starting, but yeah, around that time, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been saying this damn near since the very beginning. Don't pet the wildlife. Keep your hands to your fucking self. Keep your distance. I mean, so yeah, this is Darwinism at its finest. And I can't wait for somebody to actually die from this shit. Maybe then these people will get the message.
Let's see. At least 2 people were gored by bison last year, including an 83-year-old South Carolina woman.
She was just ready to meet Jesus. That was suicide by wildlife.
You know, the funny thing is all 3 of these mentioned we have covered.
Like I said, 8 years worth of warnings.
A bison gored and significantly injured an Arizona woman in the park in 2023, and bison injured 2 people in 2022, as well as, and we showed the video for it, that 10-year-old that got flipped like she was like flipped like a pancake. And the guy that got thrown into that tree. Watch that video too. Besides getting too close, visitors have been known to pick up baby bison and get them killed. Such contact can cause the baby to be shunned by its herd with deadly results, not to mention risk to the tourists.
I mean, on the one hand, like I said, almost a decade we've been telling you, leave them alone. But on the other hand, Russians have managed to domesticate bears. Why can't we get the buffalo?
Buffalo are too stupid.
I think maybe we're too stupid or not drunk enough. One of the two.
Could be.
Because it's always some Slavic redneck out in the middle of fucking God's nowhere, Siberia, who's like, just working out, no shirt on, in the snow with his fucking Grizzly Adams sidekick right next to him.
I like how how ADD this last couple of sentences is. Some 4.7 people visited Yellowstone in 2024.
Million. You forgot the million.
Did I say not say million?
You said 4.7 people.
Yeah, whatever. 4.7 million.
4 3/4 people visit Yellowstone.
4 and a midget. Four
people and 1 1/2 midgets have visited Yellowstone in 2024.
4 people and 2 midgets on each other's shoulder wearing a trench coat.
That's for fun.
How does a tour bus crash have anything to do with?
A tour bus crash in Idaho. Summer season began with road plowing in late April.
Yeah, how did these 3 sentences connect? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, tourism kills people. That's what you get, I guess. Hey, reject.
Reject, don't underestimate the power of vodka. Is all I'm saying. Okay. Apparently, it causes people to do great and terrible things.
Now I regret seeing what American is.
You looked it up, you dumb.
Why? We told you what it was. Do you think we were fucking with you?
Apparently.
I could not visualize it, and it was a curiosity, and it killed the cat.
Okay. Do you remember before, like, the mid 2000s, when women still had grass on the field? That's what those look like.
This one was bright pink.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's
So what's got you there, Dax? Was it what I said or the bright
It's pink, I think, is what got me.
I thought those were the Polish that did that, Rotten. Feeding them cigarettes.
yeah. You don't want to know, reject. Oh,
Johnny didn't know what a merkin was, reject.
and if you don't know, don't look it up.
Like, who thought they needed one?
Actors.
This is weird.
Okay. Here's going back to our previous game here.
Oh boy.
It's illegal to dye this blue and sell it.
Alpaca hair.
Merkins.
Ducklings.
Huh. Why?
So you can dye them other colors, but not blue.
It's probably some sort of rare color and somebody's trying to pass it off as like it's some exotic bird or something.
What state was this in?
Kentucky.
Not surprising.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay. Hitting a vending machine that stole your money is illegal.
Where?
Kansas.
Punching what?
Hitting a vending machine that stole your money is illegal.
Johnny, do you remember how you started this
Kansas.
game? Because it was Mad Lib style. Now you're just leaving off the state and saying what's illegal.
There's a few that it just doesn't make sense to do it, so I'm just going to throw a couple out there.
You could have gone hitting this is
blank.
illegal in Kansas.
Well, hitting this, yeah.
Yeah, hitting this in anger is illegal in Kansas. See how easy that was?
That leaves it up for anything.
Good night, Reject.
Have a good night, reject.
All right, you now have an answer to how you can ask the question.
Okay.
And apparently we know all we got to do is start talking about pubic wigs, and Reject just fucks off. So, what were you wanting to try to talk about? Anime stuff? Because, like I said, I already hate the government, Johnny. You don't have to convince me anymore. I'm willing to talk about anime. That's got to say something.
We'll go one more.
Ah, shit.
We'll end it on a high note. It's illegal to have this in the cab of your truck without a chaperone.
What state?
Montana.
Baby cow. So calf.
To have this in the cab of your truck.
Without a chaperone.
It's either a woman or a gun. Both are dangerous. So,
actually, until Columbine, we actually had shotguns and rifles at the school regularly.
It was awesome.
yes, we
Used to be
are the generation that bridges, the world that used to be and the world that is.
And then 2 weeks later, someone decided, hey, you know what's a good idea? I'm going to sell this gun to a kid. And that did not work out well.
I've given you two answers, Johnny. What is it?
I didn't even hear your answers.
I said it's either a woman or a gun.
And I said baby calf.
And it is a sheep.
Wait, it's a what?
It's a sheep.
It's a sheep?
How many Welshmen do you have in Montana, Johnny?
I was close, but I don't know if I should count that.
I don't know. It's a shitload of Irish. Irish, German, and Chinese. That's the most.
One of these things is not like the other.
I haven't heard of any Welshies here.
It's either the Welsh or the Kiwis.
But since you want to switch to the other topic at hand,
Big butt.
so they are creating a Suikoden, which is the game that I've been playing, but they're going to be adapting it into an anime. And I was thinking, I was mainly hoping if Gabby would have been here for this, because this is essentially her wheelhouse more than ours. But I also do like some of the voice actors that are in the shows that I watch. And I mean, as most people do, like, I guess whatever. You have fans of certain people. I mean, you can't have a world full of Monica Rial's dirty bitch. And
literally the only voice actor I'm aware of by name is the guy that plays Vegeta.
Everyone knows Chris Sabat. That's not a weird thing.
I know more of the classic ones than any of the newer ones. Like everybody knows Yuri Lowenthal.
Mm-hmm.
Steve
You really
Bloom's
need to look at the definition of everyone, Dax.
Everyone in the realm of people who watch anime know who that is.
All right, that's better.
It was a personal attack.
Or video game voice actors.
Yeah, he's in a lot of them. He's actually the main character of one of the Tales games that I like, Vesperia. Pretty sure it's him.
I think he's also Spider-Man. Although
That wouldn't
that might
surprise
have
me.
been one of the cartoons too. But my thought is that I would describe some of the characters based off of the Suiko source website, and we would pick voice actors that we would think best would voice them. Which is why I was like, yeah, Gabby might be a good one for this one.
It's very of her wheelhouse.
Yeah. So I want to go with the lesser known but still referenceable character, because they're going to be in the show. They're going to have a part. Based on the articles that I read for it, they want to try and throw in all 108 characters that are
Okay
in the show, but it'll be hard to do that in a 24 to 48 episode.
Yeah.
But there are more important characters than, you know. I can see kind of just referencing a lot of them in something, but yeah, like I don't know how you're gonna get all 108. But let's see here. Which ones would be more important?
Well, while you're doing that, Rotten brought up in other news, there's a bill to remove suppressors from the NFA, and it's probably being gutted. It may lower the NFA tax stamp costs, at least for gun shops, though.
Suppressor should never have been on any of the restricted things anyway. Why would you not want somebody to make something quieter that's causes tinnitus in like 90% of its users?
I want the NFA repealed entirely.
Unconstitutional bullshit.
I want to be able to have a fully functional tank if I got the scratch for it.
Yep.
I want to, bring back, the fucking privateers. If I can come up with enough money to buy a fully outfitted fucking warship, submarine, any of that shit, yeah.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for a camel.
I mean, lowering the sound of my pew pew a few decibels. I'm sorry, I don't see why the government has any authority to regulate that.
Yeah.
And I love how people try and take it to like the extremes, like, oh, you think people should have their own personal nukes? Yeah, if you can fucking afford it, go for it. An armed society is a polite society. Guess what? If I can turn my entire fucking town into, the Emerald City of radioactive glass, if you don't turn off your fucking music at a reasonable time, guess what? We're not going to have any more noise complaints, one way or the fucking other.
This is true.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get this pulled up.
You turn your stereo down, or we're going to have a problem. One of us is pressing a button. You better make it fucking yours.
Yeah, I don't understand the selfishness of people. So I really don't, because it's just not my nature, and it's really hard for me to understand why other people want to be selfish. It's like you're inconsiderate. You can absolutely have your music and during a reasonable
I'm absolutely
time,
inconsiderate. I will aloha snack bar the entire fucking town if you don't turn that shit off. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but my neighbors keep a healthy fucking distance from me.
You don't say.
I give them the crazy eyes like it's the fucking movie The New Guy, dude. You hear the whip crack and fucking everything. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to getting old is like having an excuse to tell kids to get the fuck off my lawn. If I do it now, I'm just an asshole. It's not stopping me, but you know. Had a couple of kids show up on my doorstep last week. Apparently, their baseball landed in my backyard.
You mean my baseball?
Yeah, they knocked at the door, you know, like, we didn't want to go into your backyard because your dogs are like, you shouldn't want to go in my backyard because it's my fucking property.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're not doing it out of, respect of their neighbor. They're doing it out of self-preservation. And that's, again, a selfish notion. There was only one time when I was younger where we lived in a neighborhood like that, but that's because collectively we had an entire group of people who shared one really, really big backyard, essentially. And so everybody was bound to like end up a little bit closer to your house than you probably liked. But we all knew you touched somebody's porch, you were not fair game. You need to get out of there.
One second, Dax. You're right, Rodden. I can do that without being a complete asshole. I choose not to.
Freedom, baby. But yeah, even then we had our, we had the respect boundary. It's like you don't go into somebody else's house, and if you're going up to their porch, you've gone too far. Get back off their shit, and that's fine. But that's called a high trust society and high trust community. We don't have those mostly anymore.
Well, yeah, I had to walk to my front door like 3 times. First time was to answer the door. I go out in my backyard. I look around. It's like, first of all, I didn't even know which side of the street these kids were coming from. So I was like, look around. I hadn't mowed my yard yet. And I was like, not over here. I go back. I'm like, all right, where did it end up at? Oh, it hit the shed. I'm like, okay, go back out there for the second time, looking around. I find it and walk back to the front door, hold the ball. I was like, kid goes reach where I was, pull it back. I was like, don't make this a habit.
Yep.
And then I handed it to him. And then I saw them. I saw them a couple. The next day when I was actually out to mow the yard, and I saw them throwing the baseball back and forth. Like, we've got 2 different baseball fields in town. You motherfuckers could be playing catch at instead of right next to my fucking fence line. So yeah, next time that ball lands in my yard, I am winging that motherfucker.
Go long, and I mean really long, and then you just drop it in the sewer and walk away.
Oh no. I'm gonna clear the block. They're gonna play fetch.
Just run it down the street.
No.
It just keeps rolling.
I'm gonna launch it, dude. From my standing in front of my house on the street, I can easily make it to the end of the block. And there's a highway at the end of the block. Like, either you motherfuckers learn how to throw and catch, or you can go play in traffic. One of the two. It doesn't matter to me.
Get yourself
Either
that
way, I'm
catapult.
happy. The catapult.
No, I played outfield. I played center field for a reason. I can easily make it from the fence to home plate, no hop.
What about a skip or a jump?
So I don't care if I got to throw my fucking shoulder out. Those kids are not getting that back without taking a journey.
They're going on a journey.
They better pack a lunch and a bottle of water because they're going to fucking need it to go get that back.
They're going to find a dead body. And
They'll ask for a ride when they get to Mount Doom.
Jerry O'Connell's going to be involved, and he's going to get fat again.
Rotten, if the gun is involved, it's not going to be launching French fries, okay?
Got to set up Roman candle defenses.
Well, here's the best thing. My neighbor across the street, my neighbor next door, and the neighbor behind me have all, they're all within a couple years of my, age. We're all in the same age cohort. So they know I'm an asshole, and they know that I'm just crazy enough to do some shit. Before I die, there will be stories about Old Man Camel.
Starting the legend early.
He wasn't always like this. It's like,
Yeah,
no, he was.
Are we talking about the same person? Because I think he's always been like that.
He was born a crotchety old man.
He would die one.
I literally had somebody that I went to high school with. It was a friends with an ex of mine, and while she and I were dating, this friend of hers told my girlfriend, she's like, he's been an old man as long as I've known him.
I'd love for that scenario to work out. I really do think the potato gun would be the funniest thing, though. I know you want to personally launch it, but just imagine the faces when they see you basically bust out a bazooka.
All right. Here's the thing, though.
Oh, man.
Any kind of projectile weapon is going to be aimed at somebody.
Yeah, way down over there. It'll be fine.
No. There's a reason why I never went into like the military or law enforcement. If you give me a gun, I'm going to use it. Doesn't matter if it's a potato gun. Doesn't matter if it's a 50 cal.
I'm never getting you a pop gun.
Something's getting perforated.
No cap guns for Camel.
Correct. We'll wake up, we'll find out he put all the dust into like one big capsule and he made himself one round.
All I'm going to say is the NFA was written for people like me. Or because of people like me. Sorry I ruined it for everybody else.
Go like everybody else.
In this particular scenario, I am the least common denominator.
Well, I don't know about you fellas. I'm actually starting to fade a bit.
I mean, I was always tired today. I have not been awake even after waking up. So, yeah, I guess I could say I am kind of tired. Probably not healthy, but...
And I would do that shit given the opportunity, Rotten.
Camel's dying on his hill over there.
He's like, I am king of this mountain. Approach if you dare.
This is my mountain, and you can get the fuck off of it.
Yeah. Like, and again, like the whole thing with like law enforcement was like, all right, I might have to think a minute, with a gun as to whether or not to use it. If you give me a taser, oh yeah, you're riding the lightning.
Hey, what you gonna do about it, asshole pigs? Well, she was creating a public disturbance, Your Honor. Something had to shut her up.
I would zap a bitch in 2.2 seconds. I'm telling you right now.
I just think that everybody involved in an altercation should just get hit with tear gas right away, and then everybody stun gunned to the ground. I don't care if you're just watching that with a phone or not. If you're within a 10-meter radius of the center of destruction, you're all getting hit. It's going to be Tesla up in this bitch.
2-block radius.
There you go.
And yeah, like, I mean, oh, we have less lethal options. Like, that just means that I'm going to shoot you more.
It's just going to hurt a lot more before it happens.
It just means you're not going to die. It's still going to fucking hurt. Like, I will not think twice about making you dance with rubber bullets.
That won't kill a man.
Oh, yeah, it'd be like the Wild fucking West. Oh, you're not going to comply? Bam, bam, bam.
Dance, boy.
I have 2 left feet.
Well, I don't care if you two-step in a fucking circle.
Hey, you better get good at hopping. You put the hop in hip hop.
Well, Johnny, you're getting tired, and it's probably best if we close this thing up before I, say more things that would incriminate myself in a future
war crimes.
So,
Yeah.
So how would you facilitate the invasion of a foreign entity? Quick, cut the feed.
I mean, spin a globe, point a finger, tell me where it lands, and I'll start giving you details.
It'd be great if the first place it landed on was Geneva.
Never heard of her.
Not Geneva. Haha.
Anyway.
Let me put it this way. I would make Canadian war crimes look like a Sunday picnic. And if you don't know what that means, look it up.
Anyway. So, yeah. Join.
Good luck transitioning away from that one, Johnny.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
So yeah, tomorrow it will be Hammer, Jen, and Terry. Thursday,
Speaking of Canadians.
Open. Friday will be Sanguine. Saturday will be Harry Channel. Back to Sunday, we'll have the Kefki. And I guess Tyr can do Tuesdays.
Wait, are you going back to Thursdays?
No. Although I should, because
that would work for me now again. Yeah.
Thursdays now.
Look, I didn't know it was going to happen, and I don't even know for sure. I just said, hey, cool, I got Tuesdays. Let's do Tuesdays. We'll find out. We'll let you guys know.
Breathe it in, man. Breathe it in.
Speaking of, come here, right?
But with that, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.